Hello and welcome to my Stage 1 80% tutorial for Gimmick. The first thing I wanted to go over is starting the timer for this game is it's JRTA timing, which means I start on start. So if I were starting my splits, I would be pressing it along with start button here, as opposed to on control, which is something that I did in my first run, which had to be corrected. Yeah, so the beginning of this stage, there's an important thing to keep in mind. There's a guaranteed bomb drop if you do a certain throw of a star a little bit further in the stage, but you have to have 40 points exactly. So the best way to do this is one of those star grinds that I talked about, where you want to get an extra 20 or 30 points. So you want to have either 30 or 40. If you have 30, you just have to jump on one more little enemy, which will be in your way, or will be in your normal path. If you get the 40, you can completely ignore it, which is slightly faster. So the first star ride is going to be off this left wall, so that you can kind of go to the right, which is where we need to go, obviously. To do that, you want to generate the stars as you fall into the screen, and then once it's generated, you can jump over here and land on it like that, and then, okay, I got 20, so I need to jump on this guy twice. And this is why, again, you want the 40 points. Okay, I jumped on him, that's cool. Now, the star ride, it's basically right where I was at, but I messed it up. Essentially, you want to lose your momentum on that, so I'll just show it real quick. You want to lose your momentum when you're on this little thing here. So like if you do it right as you're falling, you're gonna throw a star and it's not gonna hit the enemies, because you have to hit all the enemies that are coming up to get the bomb as well as the score you want, which is to end at 600 essentially. So to do this screen, we're gonna jump off. We're gonna get 30 points, and this is why. By the way, this is why this game has a stage 1 reset city. I got on him, like I said. Okay, I lose my momentum. I can throw the star. That bomb will always drop if you do that. So to go over that one more time, because it is kind of quick. We jump on the star, we get 30 or 40 points. We jump on this guy if we need the extra 10. We stop, and then throw the star, and then we can start using the momentum off these slopes to go forward. So that's that. The next screen, basically, there are these cannonball shooters. Those are based off of a global timer from when the stage starts. So right now, because I haven't, like, kept going, they're firing their cannonballs right now at a variable to what I would be used to, essentially. So keep that in mind when you're doing this. If you do a slow first stage, you may have to manipulate, or not manipulate, but be ready to jump over a bomb, or sorry, a cannonball as opposed to under it or whatever. So just keep that in mind with how fast you do this stage. If you do it the same speed every time, it won't matter, but if you are a little bit slower or faster, you have to keep that in mind. So there's also a couple of big slopes here. I talked about momentum saving and how important that can be. With these slopes, it's really helpful because it'll get you through these next two stages or screens very, very quickly. And there's some really awesome visual cues that I utilize. But essentially, the first one is at the bottom of the slope is when I'm going to do my full jump, and then the next one's also at the bottom of the slope. So it's going to look something like this. Full jump, right at the bottom's there, and then I'm going to just tap to go up that slope because I don't want to lose speed. Right, so let's show that again. Just full jump, tap, tap. And this lets me get through this really, really quickly. I mean, ideally you want to not hit the wall and just land right in that little pit there. The next screen is a much of the same scenario. We're gonna use momentum. So full jump at the bottom here, full jump when we hit, and then we're just gonna do a tap there. We want to catch this slope, and we want to use the momentum if we can. If you don't get this, don't worry too much about it. It is really tricky, but when you go into this tube, if you can keep momentum, it's much faster than walking through it. And you can just keep tapping that jump button as we described in the first video. Going to the next screen, there's a non-required star ride. The only reason why I recommend it is that you want to get your points to 660 coming up here in a little bit. It's actually 440 technically, but it's right before 660 essentially. Or sorry, 630, sorry. So we're gonna use a star ride here that's a little bit faster, as well as it gives us 10 points. And the way to do this one is it's hard to describe. Essentially, you're generating your stars as you come into the screen, and we're gonna do a jump and throw it against that little chain holding device. And we're gonna land on the star, and then we're gonna just do a quick hop, and that'll get us down here where we've got 10 points. It's a little bit faster than riding the claw machine. This next star ride, so we're gonna be using the star see how there's a slope that goes to the right? We're gonna be using the star against the wall above that to bounce us up so that we can go straight up on the screen. Because this game is really awesome in a lot of ways. It allows you to essentially navigate areas that have openings without having to worry about actually traversing the usual intended route. So we can actually go straight up from here and not have to deal with the worm or the little bean. So we're gonna do a star ride. It's kind of hard to describe, but essentially it's against this wall, and we're gonna bounce and jump up here. So it's a pretty tricky star ride. It took me a while to get used to, but essentially you throw the star as you're coming down and you just land on it. Boom, easy every time, right? It'll take a little bit of getting used to, but as soon as you can get used to this, it's pretty useful. It'll get you up here. So yeah, that's that star ride in a nutshell. It's just, right, that's where the save was. So we'll do this real quick. So we come in here, we jump up here, we jump up there, land on the star, jump over, and then we do a little Mega Man jump there. Okay, so we still got the thing. Cool. So we're gonna come into this screen with 620 points if we do both those star rides correctly. If for whatever reason you don't have the bomb, you can get the one on the top right corner by doing a quick star ride against the wall and jumping up there. But since we're not going to need that, since we get the one at the beginning every time, we're actually going to use a star ride that'll throw us to the left, and it'll also kill an enemy, hopefully. I'm really bad at this particular one. I don't usually use it, so we're going to see if I can pull it off. But essentially, what you want to do is you want to throw a star against this little nook here and ride the star. So it's something like this. I missed it. Let's try that again. Something like this. You want to avoid hitting that guy, so it's about positioning on the star. So essentially, we want to land on the star, and we want to either jump over him. You could do that if you wanted, or if you land on it correctly, you can actually go right under him and ride the star further, just like that. And it'll hit this guy here, and that's important because he drops my score down to 430. You sometimes might have 440 here, and there's a slight difference of the rest of the route if that's the case. But if you do have the 430, we can land on one of the two beans. If you need 20 points, you can land on both of the beans. And if you don't need any at all and you're at 440 right now, you can skip them entirely. So going through here, we can jump over these guys, jump on one of them. I missed that one, so I'll jump on that one. Now I have 440. This is important because we want to have 440 killing the boss. Because by killing the boss with that score, we're going to get a bomb out of it, which we carry on to the next stage, which is important. The boss fight is really simple. We're going to throw a star early on, but not with a full jump because the momentum of the star would go over him. We're going to do like a small hop. One thing I like to do is just jump against this wall here and then kind of like allow me to get sort of a timing out of it. So I'm just going to sort of jump and throw the star. Then we're going to throw another star on generation. We're going to kill him, grab the bomb, drop in the pit. By dropping in the pit, we do cut out some of the point calculation that normally happens from killing the boss. So it's a little bit faster to do so, and I do recommend it where you can. There's a few places where it doesn't make a difference, but that particular one, as soon as you kill him, jump into the pit, and you're good to go. So yeah, this is the any percent of stage 1. We'll move on to, with the next video, I will talk about the best ending differences of this stage, and then we will continue with the route.